Today is Friday, June 13th, and the Yankees have swept the Royals. We will be talking all about it.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore.
Weekly awards.
Stat lines, steam and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talking Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy.
Yeah.
John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy. John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talking Yanks. Thank you very much for joining us today. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. It's brought to you by SeatGeek. We're recording from the owner's suite in our warehouse in Jersey City. It's 7:55 a.m. Jake, how are you?
James Davis, everyone tuning in, doing well. Gave the Royals the business yet again.
6-0 against the Royals now.
I think at one point the Royals were 1 for 30 with runners in scoring position against the Yankees.
Not good. They did have a lot of balls in play.
So hashtag sad. Yeah, they're a batting average and nothing else team, which currently not a good recipe in Major League Baseball.
No.
Marlins tried that too, and they've continued to be bad.
Yep.
But I'm doing all right. We handled our bee's nest. The pitching looks good. I asked for kind of another hitter to get hot. I think someone has entered that realm.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Who do you think?
Wells.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Everything you guys say. That's a joke for Jim.
Yeah, that's an inside joke from 15 years ago.
15 years ago. But if you liked it, comment below. No, man, I'm good. I think if we're being for real. And there's a lot of fun quirks in this series. The Pablo Reyes legacy game. Some good performances. So I'm excited to talk about. I do think there's a little bit of a looming cloud with this Red Sox series coming up that, like, I don't know. We do a segment called Pride of the Yankees coming up, and I think you'll detail the rest of what'll be coming up in this program.
Yeah.
That if we like this Yankees team. You're tweeting about how everybody in the lineup is a plus MLB hitter right now. What Max Fried continues to do, obviously Judge. Like, we are proud of this Yankees team, but like, if they don't handle their business a little bit against the Red Sox this weekend, it's like just a little gray cloud on a sunny day.
We talked about this a lot last year, and it just seeing playing the Red Sox and then playing the Royals, who have similar records, right? One's pitching and no hitting, one's hitting and no pitching, but similar records. And this is
Bobby Witt is Garrett Crochet.
And this is what happened last year. And the Yankees didn't face anyone from the AL East in the postseason, and the Tigers knocked off the Astros, so we got the Royals and the Guardians. Like, I don't know if this is shots fired. I don't mean to be. It's just genuinely what I feel and see.
Sure.
They are not prepared for the Yankees.
The Royals.
The Royals. Or the Guardians even to the same extent. Like, I still think Vogt in that ALCS was crazy.
Yeah. Crazy
management for the Yankees team he was playing. Like, he did everything we wanted him to do as Yankees fans. The Red Sox do everything I don't want them to do. The Rays and the even the Orioles play the Yankees different. They have better advanced scouting. They know the Yankees more. We saw this last year. So hopefully that's not what we walk into in Fenway. Because you're right. It would be like, all right, so we can beat the Central again, but the East is a struggle fest.
Well, and dude, again, we're not overlooking this Kansas City series we're about to talk about, but like, we're going in the bullpens then. Like, we're gonna get a Max Fried start, but like, is Devin and Mark Leiter Jr. out tonight? And what does that even mean? And then if they were to pitch tomorrow, that's 3 out of 4 days. So yeah, I don't know. That was I told you guys, I try to train to the warehouse, but we got a lot going on, so I Ubered today, and I just got a guy that's just not a strong driver. So I'm rewatching the highlights, and I'm in the back seat, like stiff left arm the whole time as like an extra brace. So I didn't really like that. But you know what I do like? Fanatics Fest.
Good time.
We're heading back there. For those of you that swung by last year, we were at Fanatics Fest. They're doing their second one ever, June 20th through the 22nd at the Javits Center in New York City. We're going to have a John Boy Media booth They're representing a lot of our warehouse game stuff.
Yes, and we'll be doing we'll be on stage for a portion.
Friday afternoon, there might be a Yankees player involved.
Yes.
Teaser, they might have fought in a civil war. If you're interested in attending, use code JOHNBOY15, 15% off tickets at fanaticsfest.com/tickets. They have like everything there. They basically try to be Comic-Con for sports, and they are.
Sporticon. Sportico.
Called Fanatics Fest.
It's called Fanatics Fest.
Is there groundskeeping, and how much of it is your guy Scott Efros being there?
There is some groundskeeping, which is what I'll do to start the episode, and then we'll burn the games, recap the games that were, then we'll give out individual awards for players.
This is what I was telling you people about.
Jake knew it. Jake told you that I was going to tell you, you know? Anyway, groundskeeping. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. The Yankees optioned Brent Hedrick. Me and Beeb say it different, and you're right. Hedrick to the minors. They called up Scott Efros because the bullpen been thin. Giancarlo Stanton started his rehab assignment. He had 2 hits in the first game on Tuesday. One of them was 111 exit velo, I believe. A double in game 1 and a double in game 1 of the doubleheader Wednesday. Ended up playing a third rehab game yesterday. Went 3 for 11 with a double and a walk. I think he's going to play versus Red Sox this upcoming series.
Yeah, I'm interested to see. Sorry to cut you off, James.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So this isn't the important detail.
Okay.
But his second rehab game, it was Margaritaville night. So he was wearing a cute jersey. So
Love
that's
that.
fun. And then, yeah, I guess, I don't know. It ends up in Pablo Oswald area. But, like, if Reyes hadn't had a great game last night, would the Yankees have DFA'd him after the game, or would they wait till today anyways?
Is
I
it
guess
a
when
Hicks
it's
situation where he just had a good game and they want to leave him with a positive taste, and while teams have a good impression of him?
I guess I'm thinking
They
of
do that to Hicksy
when they
as
have
a favor.
when they have someone they can send down, they normally do it like right after the game. But I don't know. I thought it was some food for thoughts.
Food for thoughts. Also, there were some rumblings that Jack Curry, who we notably trust his tea leaves, about Ben Rice taking over for Escara and that being a solution for the Stanton situation.
JC can't stop hitting.
I know. Neither can Pablo. And he's running well. Nope.
Glove flips.
The glove flip was nice. All right, let's keep going. There's other stuff. Stroman started a rehab assignment, 3.1 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 1 hit, 2 walks, 4 Ks in the game. He says now that he's very open to whatever it may be, as long as he gets back into the majors. He expects to be built up as a starter, but then we'll see. Weaver's thrown 2 bullpens. Love that. Jake Cousins, UCL injury, so probably Tommy John for him. And Old Timers Day is back on Saturday, August 9th. They're going to play a game for the first time, but it's going to be slow pitch softball, I believe.
First time since 2019.
Yeah, 2019.
Right.
Slow pitch softball. And Jazz Chisholm left game 1 with a stiff neck. After left game 2 with a sore groin.
Viagra.
Yeah, and now he's fine.
They're going to play softball, huh?
That is fine because we're older men, and if you don't throw a pitch,
Right.
it's hard to get the pitchers.
They kind of already were. Like, Goose Gossage would come in and throw 78 in her own and be like, Goose is a competitor.
I think it's not about that. I think it's about they're probably going to do like the shortened home run fence. I think that some of the guys probably saw that fence, know the crowd wants to see them pop homers, and we're like, so it's disappointing if I hit one 350.
Yeah. Again, I'm not about that because it was always cool seeing the first-time hometimer. It's like, Hideki can still hit a homer because he's a 42-year-old man.
If they clear it, that's cool.
Right. I would just, you can do baseball for a day.
I'm fine with softball. Let me see him in uniform.
Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, if they just always made that game a softball game, I don't think we'd have shrugged.
That's part of the reason I like it. But I've always been a little bit of a baseball snob.
Ooh, okay. Well, game 1, you want to talk about?
We sure can.
In my notes, I labeled game 1 ball and play game.
Whoa. Burns are presented by your local Ford stores. Make every summer a winning season with the Build Wild Ford Bronco. Just remove the roof and the doors to catch every breeze under the sun. Wherever adventure leads you, Ford Bronco, the official SUV of the Yankees. Wow, thanks, Joes. The Yankees would head to Kansas City, and they'd have their stopper, Max Fried on the bump. And how about young Cameron, the rookie pitcher, as the Yankees would try to affect Noah's arc of his young career. Top one, Aaron Judge. Oh, my God. 469. Nice. Haven't seen a ball end up there. Not Luigi Mangione, it's Jack Caglione. He gets an RBI in the second, but then Wells would power this team. Austin Wells home run, 3 runs. Austin Wells double, 2 runs. There's Senor Sleep, Trent Grisham. You know Judge is still getting in the action, and Belly needs to round it out for the outfield. Another 5-run inning for these Yanks. Jim's going to talk about that. Maybe. Max Fried was great again. Unfortunately, he gave up 2 earned runs this game. 7 innings, 4 Ks. To Yeri, to Tim Chill for 1. Yanks take game 1, 10-2 final.
The Wellesley game.
A little bit. 5 stakes.
65 balls put in play. That's good. Which is how Fried gave up a run. It was a slow roller to Jazz. Then a ball dropped in no man's land between Grant, huh? How about that? Grisham, Trent, Grant, and Volpe. And then Caglione grounded out. DJ made a nice little play.
Kansas City's a big no man's land field. This game, the Yankees got so many hits in that
2 triples in the series.
Field.
Oh, yeah, down the
Bermuda
line.
Triangle area.
Yeah. Shout out to Toe in the Slab, former
Justin Shackle,
former
David
Jumbo
Cohn.
Media podcast. Yeah, and Shackle was like, that right field line gives him trouble again. Because there was a lot of balls dropping. Alfonso Marquez rung Judge up on a check swing
They had a
in
tough
this
series
game.
together.
And I think the check swing was the correct call, but then in game 3, spoiler, Alfonso Marquez gets Judge again. So Judge might not like Alfonso Marquez right now. Just to let you know.
Definitely doesn't. And I think Judge showed that in both reactions because those are as big as Judge reactions as you're going to get. Yeah, I mean, in a slight flex, I texted David Cohn after this game, which I don't abuse that privilege. But I loved his quote at the end that it's a little more of a famous baseball quote than I thought, but it's from Jim Bouton. He said, you spend a good piece of your life gripping a baseball, and in the end, it turns out that it was the other way around this whole time.
Wow.
So I thought when he said that on the broadcast, I thought he said Jim Palmer. So then I was Googling, and I was like, whoa, did Coney just drop like my new life philosophy on the end of it? And I was like, hey, Googled it, couldn't find anything, Coney. And he's like, yeah, that's because it's Jim Bouton. And then all the baseball hardos came out and were like, dude, you haven't read Ball 4 by Jim Bouton? And I was like, no, dude, I couldn't make it through the Harry Potters.
You don't study the history of everything? You don't know ball.
I don't. I know balls.
Speaking of knowing ball, Yonder Alonso, is he on the call for the Royals?
I thought you were going to talk about Justin Turner's situation last night.
A little testicle keychain.
That's balls.
That's balls. Well, Yonder Alonso, I think it was him. Was he on the call for the Royals? Maybe.
I don't know. The only Royals footage I heard was their play-by-play guy, and he's a little too old school for me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, it's not as much as Buck Martinez with the Blue Jays, but it's on its path to there.
If you just went around to baseball fans and you'd be like, hey, when's this play-by-play broadcast from? It would not reach the 2000s.
Was it? Well, man, it was an ex-player who saw the way Judge took the first 2 pitches in this game and was like, oh, my God, he's going to hit a moonshot. And then he did, which was cool.
Sure did.
He cleared the stadium almost.
Yeah, in
roof.
that game, because the replay, you couldn't see the ball at all.
Yeah, the TBS or TNT or whoever had the replay.
There you could see the ball I guess in a sick way, I just wish it took a slightly better hop because it would have left the stadium, which that's not even a stadium that gets referenced like that. Like, that's not a...
Yonder Alonso, nice.
That's not a... If you hit it right there, you can leave the stadium. And Judge kind of did that.
Let's see if it's worth if you just...
58 homers and a 396 batting average. Man, he's going to go deep right here. The way he took that pitch right there, I mean, this is going to be loud when he decides to swing.
That's the 2-0 he missed again.
Problem is, if you're judge, like, do you want to do the right thing and take a pitch right here, or you're sitting 2-0 and it's got to be right place, right time, where exactly you want it, and you're going to unleash on one. 2 balls and no strikes. Are you proud of it, dude?
I mean, that's really good.
It's good.
After the first pitch, he goes, "Oh my God, he's gonna crush one."
It's a good bet on that.
Yeah, it's gonna be loud when he does. And this is the farthest home run ever hit in the history of the game,
Sure was.
according to people that have a dodgy memory.
Yeah, I think in Royals history it was like top 5. They said Bo Jackson's too, which that's cool.
That is cool.
That's cool.
Jazz steals third base, 10 for 12 on steals. He gets tagged in the head. It wasn't really a tag. If you like, I understand why Jazz thought he got tagged hard, but the ball kind of took Garcia's glove into his head, and then he slid into his knee. But they don't like Maikel. Is it just Maikel? Maikel?
I think Maikel. I think you can hit it.
They don't
a little
like. They
different
don't
at the
like
end.
him.
Yeah, they're beefing.
Which they don't need to be beefing. But
Playoff rivalry.
Yeah. And Jazz comes up and says, "I'll tell you one thing. You tag me that hard again. What'd he say? You tag me that hard again, I'm gonna fucking slap you or something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't I'm going to slap the shit out of you.
I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah. If you tag me that hard again, I'm gonna slap the shit out of you. Something like that.
Something like that.
Freed had 83 pitches through 6, and DJ LeMahieu had a ranging catch. Remember that right field line that was giving them fits? DJ went and got one.
DJ had a sneaky nice series, and he got, I forget if it was I think it was game 2. He got robbed. He hit a bullet at Maikel Garcia, and it turned into a double play. But if that got down the line, I think DJ could have been in the pride of the Yankees conversation. Maybe he still is, because you're talking about this ranging play all episode.
Right. 17 times the Yankees have scored 5 runs in 1 inning this year.
And Max Fried, I think this time he got affected by the long inning a little bit. He came out and he wasn't as sharp, and that's when he gave up the second
I think
run.
it was also just like, sheer boredom.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Game 2. No real pitching decisions needed to be talked about here, right?
No, Yankees. It was basically a 10-1 game. It was a 10-1 game. Not even basically. Yeah. Then what? Did Sal hit one, or was that game 2? That's game 2. That's game 2.
Game duh. Okay. Yeah. No pitching decisions. Tim Hill came out for like 2 pitches at the end of the game.
6.
Oh, because he went full count. 1 batter. Come on, Gary. Who the Kansas City team called Gary.
I like that the Yankees and Yeri's current relationship is just like, hey, man, when you go out there, we're going to push you to the limit.
Yeah. Why not?
So, like, hey, be honest with us, but we're going to push you to the limit.
Let's get to game 2, which was a closer affair in a way. Maybe some more talking.
Can be a Schmitty situation when you get a little boobage going on, as Clark and Chris tee it off. That sounds like a nice little show. In Kansas City in the first. Anthony, fielder's choice. It's 1-0 Yanks. There's the bad man again. Austin Wells with the RBI double to score. Young Anthony Volpe. It's 2-0. Make it 4. Paulie G in the power of 3. It's a 2-run single, so I don't know the power of 3 thing. There's Ben Rice. He's been missing from some box scores. He adds 1. It's 5-0 Yanks. It would stay that way into the 7th. How about a Clark in the park? 6 innings, 2 hits from Schmitty. And, oh yeah, Aaron Judge, home run. It's 6-0 Yanks. It would say, little scary in the 9th. Peraza and Leiter Jr., little bit of beef going on there. Devin has to come in. He closes it down. They've got a player named Rave now. That's fun. Yanks take game 2, 6-3 final.
Rave?
Yeah. There's a guy, I think it's like Nick Rave?
Nick Cave, your favorite artist.
John Rave.
Johnny Raves. Wow. Self-fulfilling prophecy could have got him. Did not.
John Rave either parties or doesn't party.
Chris Bubik was leading the league in ERA. Still might be, I don't know. But unfortunately for him, he's faced the Yankees twice, and in those 2 games, the Yankees have scored 8 earned runs. He has a 7.45 ERA, so I can't think of him as good.
Yeah, and I think they did a...
It's just how it works. When all I've seen is bad, I
think-
can't think of you as good.
I think they did a bad baseball move. He hadn't pitched in 9 days. I think they were there. He, he's coming off injury from last year, and they're probably scared about his innings this year. That I think they kind of upped the ante on this Yankees game, which that's a double that rarely works in baseball.
Yeah. Another 5-run inning here from the Yankees.
Another 5-run inning.
17th.
So was this previous stat when you said 5-run innings?
It was including this game.
Okay.
They have 17. That's the most in baseball of 5+ runs in 1 inning. The Cubs were beating them. The Cubs are at 15. Right. The Cubs were beating them. And if I jump it up to 6+, what's the answer going to be there? Hey, huh?
Hey now.
Oh, they have the
Hey
most
now.
6+ runs.
Eat
Look
it.
at that.
Eat it.
Do they have the most 7+? No.
Do it.
No.
Do
no.
it.
They're tied for a 4th. They only have 2 7+ runs.
Cardi Cola, do it.
What other notes do I have here? Wells. Good.
Wells continues.
Belly leadoff triple.
Yeah, man. I know.
This game got close. That's the storyline. Devin has to come in when he shouldn't have to come in. Because that really does screw things up.
Yes.
Because Devin has to come into this game because the rest of the lighter can't get it done. And then Devin has to pitch in game 3, which means Devin is now out game 1 versus the Red Sox, which you don't want.
Right.
So him having to come into this game is bad. The bullpen is thin. They're getting by because the Royals' offense is thinner. But you don't really want that. Leiter got. Threw the ball away. Got messy.
Yeah, Peraza probably should catch that infield pop-up.
Yeah.
And then he
A lot of no man's
get
land.
the other play. A lot of no man's land in Kansas City. There was the broadcast was having fun with Pasquatch, which Vinny Pasquantino, one of the Royals' good players.
Yeah.
They were laughing that, Kansas City, they're doing fun stuff out there, so they have a Sasquatch guy in an outfit that whenever Vinny does something good, he gets involved. So Vinny walked, and they were like, oh, Sasquatch is coming out for that, huh?
It's kind of all Sasquatch does.
And
so.
then I believe I think he was the dropped infield pop-up, and Sasquatch came out for that, and they liked it. And they're like, okay.
I think he comes out anytime
we're
he
in.
gets on base.
Yeah.
James is big into Bigfoot right now, so he saw that and was
Really?
like, whoa.
How do you get big into Bigfoot?
I have no idea. It must have been in a cartoon or something you saw. There's this Bigfoot song on YouTube that I listen to on repeat, and it's like this haunting, weird Bigfoot song. It's not like a kid song.
Bigfoot's an interesting thing, huh?
Yeah, don't get started.
What?
Because
What do you mean?
I don't know what I mean. I'd rather not have thoughts on it. I'd rather not have thoughts on it. So if I run into someone with thoughts on it, I'm out.
I'm with you.
Don't want to be able to engage.
Listen to this haunting song I listen to all the time with James.
And if you decide to go there alone, beware of the beast that makes it his home. The legends all say that a creature lives there.
It's a kid song?
No,
Oh, okay.
I said that.
And
He's just obsessed with it. It's not a kid song.
kind of you, Pop.
Does he
Let's
seem
get
haunted
that.
by it?
No, he loves
Just
it.
email
Like, he
YouTube
just
and be
likes
like, can't be listening to this.
I played it for him once because he was like, put on a Bigfoot song. And then now it's like, no, that one, no, that one. The other Bigfoot songs are not, they're like little, they
Right.
suck in comparison.
Right. They won't you won't wake up in a cold sweat.
Yeah. Yeah.
But he likes that.
This one is like a song. I don't know what the other ones are, but they're probably less complete songs.
Judge hit a rocket line drive homer because why not?
Could I tell you something that I liked? We mentioned the Royals broadcast before. Every time I listened to an excerpt from the Royals broadcast, they were paying Paul Goldschmidt like the ultimate respect.
Of course.
like
He was a Cardinal, man.
Like, he was getting the George Brett treatment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They were like, we're second closest to what he's been doing.
Like, in this, not to tease this third game.
Okay. Well, actually, I have something on this game because unless you planned on, I'm not going to give a repeat, double up my award from last week.
Double up.
So I just wanted to give a follow up for the people at home. Last episode, I gave Clark Schmidt the Cut It Out award because I was just like, "Hey, dude, you're falling in love with your cutter,
Right.
and it's trending. It's cut it out."
Right.
The cutter went from 51% down to 36% in this game, and to righties, which is I think is where he was 62% last game, down to 35 this game with the cutter, brought the sweeper in. Now, the scouting report against this Royals team is curves from the righties because you saw Will Warren do
Strikes
it as well. But what I liked also about Clark is what we've been saying, dude, throw the curveball to lefties. Well, he threw the curveball to lefties 37% of the time, which is pretty high for him. 43% whiff and 44 put away. No hits on the curve to lefties. Like, that's a good weapon. I want him to use that more.
Yeah, and Clark, how do I phrase this? Clark doesn't have, like, embarrass other hitters stuff. Like, he's...
Sometimes his cutter acts like a changeup, and visually it's like, why did that guy not hit that?
So he... Clark is, as major league starting pitchers go, he's like an average height. He throws with like a average, slightly above average velocity. Like the curveball, when it's nice, is a nice pitch, and that's what we harp on. He got a lot of ugly swings in this game because I think, well, the Royals aren't one of the best hitting teams in the league, bottom 5, but I think he got into, maybe it's Clark trying to plan on how to go longer into games because it felt like he got, quote unquote, in his bag more. And he had a couple takes on the curveball that were like froze ya, which that's a good Major League Baseball feeling. And then I think guys do get, when his cutter and his two-seamer are right, I think a lot of the way to the plate, it looks like fastball, and guys just don't know which way it's going to go. So he, again, Clark is pretty good, and I know we've had problems with his length, but performance-wise, Clark has been a really good pitcher for the past few years now. But yeah, he was embarrassing guys more than he normally does.
He had 3 walks. One was to start the game, and then balked on a second. So that was just a fun time. And then I think he walked Pasquatch. Other than that, it was a lot of 1, 2, 3 innings deep into the game. I mean, yeah, his game log has to look really good right now, right? Like he's been pitching deep. He has that one where he couldn't get out of the 5th. Other than that, his last 7 games, he's got 40 innings. His last 7 games.
Feel bad. Feel like he could have been maybe an award guy again, but now it's just been like a Clark episode.
Well, yeah, I wasn't gonna give him like, oh, you cut it out. It's a double up. 2.9 ERA last 7 games with 40 innings pitched. That's good stuff.
I thought you might pride him.
No, my pride is people aren't gonna like it today.
You're telling the people,
Yeah.
pride of the Yankees coming up, they're not gonna like.
I discussed it with Beebs.
Yeah, I don't think people are gonna like it. Some people might like it.
Yeah.
It's not purely stat based.
Not stat based at all.
Well, I'll tell you what people will like. Huel!
Huel!
Huel, Huel to go. I don't know the legalities
good.
on that, but Huel's good, and you can have it on the go. If you got no time to cook, no problem. Get some Huel. Today's sponsor, check out their Black Edition ready to drink. It's a total game changer. Mornings can be chaotic. You got to jump out the door, get ready to go. If you don't have time to whip up a balanced meal, that's where Huel comes in. It's a go-to. It's changed the game around our office. We got a lot of busy bees, and sometimes you just got to Huel up. 35 grams of protein, 27 vitamins and minerals, high fiber, low sugar, so you feel full, focused, and ready to go. No prep, no cleanup, and if you're ready to start getting involved, save time, save money, without compromising your nutrition. Wow. Code YANKS for new customers. Code YANKS gets you 15% off. So that's 15% off for new customers. Code YANKS at Huel, HUEL.com. See our description, terms and conditions. Skip the stress, not the nutrition. Oh, that's burn language. Try Huel today. Complete nutrition bottled. That's sick. A tight ending.
Good job. Way to go.
The Yankees would bring their broomsticks to Kansas City with young William Warren. I'm writing to tell you that I'm okay. William Warren against the Kansas City. Got myself there. Sorry, guys. It's been a long week. Against the Kansas City Royals. And Seth, as he tries to hawk a Lugo on the Yanks. And for the most part, he did. We've got zeros on the board into the 8th inning. Little rain delay. His name is Angel Zerpa. Don't care. Paul Goldschmidt. Line drive. It goes off Vinny's glove. Pablo Reyes. He's great base running. He's going to score easy. He trips. He calls himself out. He then realizes he can score. Then he's going to get out. But they beef the throw. Pablo, that man is a hero. Yankees win 1-0 final to sweep the series.
We'll sit Judge. We'll sit DJ. Yeah. Two of our hottest hitters.
We'll start Pablo.
Yeah. Have some fun, Royals.
Escara.
Blanked again by young William Warren.
Escara
with 2 hits. Almost hit a foul home run. And then it was foul. And then hit a single after that. No runs, though, until that Reyes play. A lot of defensive highlights in this game. Young William Warren. Mixing his pitch as well, too. Again, he saw what Clark did to the lefties with the curve and said, I think I'll just do that, too. And he threw a lot of curves to the lefties.
Should I keep talking about Pablo or no?
If you want.
Because I was just going to butter knife a stat because on the Pablo Reyes front, I was going to do like his first game getting multiple at-bats since. I forgot the Red Sox game I went to, the ball that went off Pablo Reyes' glove at third. He did get 2 at-bats. But this was in over a month, he's had 2 games where he's gotten multiple at-bats.
They're now 2-5 in games that he starts.
So that's good.
That is good. Looking it up here, most percentage of lefties thrown to, or percentage of curveballs thrown to lefties in a game.
Okay.
For Will Warren this season. He threw 7, 50% whiff, 0 put away, because his other breaking ball, the sweeper, which isn't really a sweeper anymore. It has much more down. I don't know if we have highlights, but that Jeffrey Allen Caglione, a.k.a. Jack, strikeout, 3-2 at the end of that inning there. It was a big moment. There was a runner on third. Maybe it was after the triple or something. I forget. Was a sweeper low, gets the call, but it's not your right to left sweeper. It's much more down. But that had his sweeper, he only threw 4 of them. 100% put away. So he chose his sweeper spot very nicely.
Will Warren comes back out after the rain delay to come snag a couple more righties. I respect that. And yeah, I don't know. This is I don't want to end with half rude to the Royals, but it was funny watching Will Warren.
Young William Warren.
We saw Will Warren against the Dodgers, and again, things unraveled almost completely. That if Will Warren pitched against the Dodgers next start, I'd bet the over on 1.1 innings. But it was funny watching him pitch against the Royals, and it was like, oh, this is
easier.
I don't want to say more of a fair fight, but even like Caglione comes up, who's his top prospect, but he's a kid, and you're looking at young William Warren on the mound, which is different than him facing Freddie Freeman, who's a Hall of Famer.
It's just different.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in if I go player in game for Will Warren. 2 strike foul balls.
Okay.
Because that's what I think the Red Sox and the better teams are doing. And just like putting them in a blender, like just fighting. But I have no idea if that's real or not.
William Warren.
So I'm now toggling it, and I'm going to see how many 2 strike foul balls the Royals had in this game. And they had 4. It's not a lot. The most was the game on April 17th. I don't know who we faced there.
Yeah, I mean that.
Taylor Walls, the Rays. Taylor Walls had 4 of them.
It's funny. That Boston start was solid until he like completely.
Yeah.
And him and Rodon did the same thing against the Sox. So
Is
again,
it hot?
I don't know if it's maybe the heat or just like the series means more.
Yeah. They win the series. 1-0.
This series?
They won the series. They win the game 1-0, and they won the
Yes.
series 3-0.
I mean, you could say they won the series 1-0 too.
Yeah, hell yeah. You could do a lot of stuff with the English language.
This was, I mean, punt lineup getaway day. Which, by the way, we don't say punt lineup a lot anymore. That used to be a regular feature.
Hey, want to know why?
Because they're good.
Because
They have starters.
Yeah, they have starters. Everyone in the lineup was above average OPS by like 50 points, dude.
Yes, but I feel like
That's crazy.
I feel like even because when you say punt lineup, that means you're benching good guys.
They benched Jazz, DJ, and Judge, who have 3
Right.
been good. Yeah.
Right, but we haven't said that this year, and I feel like because we didn't say that during 2023 because every lineup was a punt lineup. That like Boone and the crew, they used to do that regularly.
Yes.
That
But it was mostly because
frustrating.
mostly the balance. Because they wouldn't face certain pitchers, you would get Jahmai Jones and who.
Yeah, but I'm
who-
going even earlier than that. Like it used to be. They used to be so careful with Stanton's days, and I
Oh,
feel
yeah,
like a
yeah.
lot of the other olds. Like,
They didn't realize
Judge would get days.
Yeah,
They didn't realize they weren't good for a little bit. They were so good in 2018, 2019. Then they wrote 2020 off as COVID year weird. 2021, they still thought it was a
Right.
gimme
right. Where the
through the course of the season. Because the last time we had a
We're in
lineup
dynasty mode.
this deep was 2019.
right.
And it's not only deep, it's balanced. It's not only balanced in left right, it's balanced in approach and what they're trying to do. You know, it's I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah.
Judge gets his first like real day off here, and you can't be upset about it. They had won the series.
Yeah.
You got Boston coming up. He did look crazy uncomfortable. That was funny. They were
Oh,
showing him
yeah.
in the dugout, and even Shaq was like, he does look not happy.
He gets that pinch hit at bat where him and Marquez are now just lifelong enemies.
I want to do an overlay of those 2 pitches because it looked like they were the same exact spot.
Seemed like the same pitch. And we just like consistency from our umpires.
Right? And Marquez is too old,
And
dude.
getting the call right, like that does get ignored. Like consistency is cool,
Hello.
but also getting the call right.
My headphones went out.
Okay. I still got you.
You're good on the mic end.
You want me to start screaming? You want me to start screaming it?
No, I
Do you
just-
think it's that?
I just straight up broke the headphones. What happened?
Holy
Not what you
smokes.
want.
He might have got the call right.
Right.
The first one that he got wrong, he called it a ball. That one, at least the radar, the thing said it hit.
And yeah, I don't know. You know, I saw Yankee fans. Well, hey, and you know what? I'm not saying this in a bad way. I saw Yankee fans mad at umpires, and good. Like that's part of the experience. Yanks got some calls too. I think what was it? Was it game 2 that Jazz probably should have struck out, and then he walked, and then they got a run off Bubich. So I don't know. It's baseball.
Game 2, they also had that guy Clark's pitches. One swing and miss.
Oh yeah, that was tough to watch.
He was It was so simple. He was tapping on the slider and not tapping on any other pitch. So they just hunted
was
the
2
They
outs.
just hunted the slider. I sent it to Trev. They had one swing and miss on the slider, and because they didn't pick up on it for a little bit, that was like the easiest tip you could ever have. Okay, let's pivot to Pride of the Yankees, which is brought to you by DraftKings. Use code YANKS when you sign up with the DraftKings Sportsbook.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
And you get to go first.
Interesting. There's a couple ways to go with this. There's a couple layups. You make it sound like you're going to do something kind of European.
I might talk myself out of it because if the people want the Pride to be a stats-based award and not a gut award, I'll pivot.
It's what makes you proud.
So before
It's
looking
Pride
at
of the
before
Yankees.
looking at the stats from the series,
Right.
you know what I did? Actually, I drove in today, and I, while I wasn't driving because that's illegal, I put on the condensed game recaps,
Right.
just to refresh. all
You
three.
pulled into Dunkin', you got your coffee.
Yeah, and stayed still, and I watched the 3 condensed game recaps, 1.5 speed,
Right.
and as I was watching them,
speed up.
I walked away being like, "Fuck, dude, I." Pretty happy with this guy right now.
Okay.
And then I check the stats and it doesn't like pan out. So
Interesting. You know, in a way, there's a lot of solid options, while also the two mainstays. You know, if I erase names, no, Max Fried. The starting has been great. Judge sits
I
again.
feel like you're such a pitcher guy.
They can make me really proud if you basically decide a series with a good start. And dude, the Max Fried stopper stuff is insane. I'll go Austin Wells. I asked for another Yankee hitter to get hot. Austin Wells has officially gotten hot, and I know we had some commentary where we had a couple back and forths where I was like, Wells' numbers are pretty nice, and you're like, well, he's getting carried by home runs, which again, there's obviously a lot to unpack in that statement, but every game Austin Wells wasn't bringing something to the table, which is something that you value highly.
Yes.
Austin Wells has started to do that, and man, he loves playing in Kansas City. His numbers in Kansas City are out of this world.
Can I tell you something weird?
Okay.
When I think of Kansas City, for some reason, the game where like Austin Romine had 2 homers and they went off always makes me think our catcher's hit in Kansas City.
Okay.
And then Wells did. It can't be a true thing. It's just kind of like
What if
a
it is,
memory.
Jim? Like anything can be true. Why could that not be true?
It just seems like such a weird thing that I'm just comparing 2 memories. And that's all. And I'm disregarding the rest.
Austin Wells against the Kansas City Royals in his career, which I believe is 12 games now, 317, 341, a 1.146 OPS, which I think is his best American League OPS against. And, dude, it just kind of feels like, we were talking about the pitchers in the summer and Devin Williams' velo picking up. Like, I don't know. Could Austin Wells be a summer guy? Because that's what he did last year.
In the summertime when the weather is high. He could be. I mean, that's kind of the trend it's seeming. The weather gets warmer and the ball starts flying.
And I think the other thing that's of note that Wells and Volpe, they both have these stats, and it's again, there's a lot of credit that goes to the lineup because it's homers and RBI, but Wells and Volpe are both on pace for like 100 RBI this year, which, again, a lot of that is led into by the top half of the lineup being really good. But still, I still value driving in runs. I know. Austin Wells in June, 333, 400 on base, a 1.067 OPS.
RBIs are important. I just don't know why it's not a percentage stat and it's a counting stat. Like, I don't know why it's not per chances. Per chances with runners in scoring position, and then like per chances with runners
It could be both.
on. Yeah. No, I'm saying
Why isn't that also a really easy stat to find?
Yeah.
Like one that's taught in the lexicon.
Oh, baby Jakey, I might be onto something here. I toggled the stats. All Yankees catchers in Kansas City from 2017 on, which is my like active memory since we started
Talkin'
doing this
Yanks
show.
era,
The Talking
we'll
Yanks
say
era,
label
we'll
it.
say without any of that. And it looks like there's a lot of good here, but now I'm trying to combine all the numbers into one condensed number, and it's toggling. So.
Okay.
So that's making me mad. Austin Romine did not hit 2 home runs in that game. He hit 1 home run. He must have had doubles or something.
Felt like 2, though.
Felt like 2. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Yankees catchers in Kansas City in the Talking Yanks era.
Come on, Gary.
106 plate appearances, 9 homers, 371 batting average, 410 on base percentage, 742 slugging.
Tried to tell
Now, that's knowing ball.
Oh, you had no confidence in it, so I actually get the credit.
You can take credit, but I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, you should be proud of me.
Yankees catchers hit well
In Kansas City.
in Kansas City. That's a weird. There's nothing that would make that actionable or tangible or real. It's just a oddity.
That they're only teaching the catchers how to hit there.
DM that to Quags.
Give him my stat.
Because I was just going around like our Yankees friends and being like,
You can give
like
him my stat.
Kay or Curry think that would be like you wanting to work that into a broadcast or something, and that's not the intent. But I think Quag's the yes stat guy if you just texted that to him.
Hey, here's one for you.
Yeah, I think he'd love that. It's his life.
He'd like hearing it.
Pretty cool, huh?
It's pretty cool.
Why is that?
We say, what's that about? Because Joe says polluted our brains.
Gary Sanchez carried a lot of it. But Austin Wells, 409 batting average, 1.00 slugging.
He's going nuts on the chimes.
Kyle Higashioka, 529 slugging. Okay, Jose Trevino hit a homer there with a 700 slugging. And Romine had a 1.111 slugging. And JC Escara, 750 slugging. Wow. Rob Brantley, the only one.
Another thing, I forget if we translated this Booneism, and it's a little just baseball talk, but when we talked to Boone about Wells, I forget if it was a couple episodes ago, but he kind of alluded to, like, there is more in there, which normally he wouldn't necessarily say that about a player. Like, normally he'd say, like, oh, it's the baseball season, and I'm liking the at-bats, and he's like, no, they're... How about... Man, Yankees player development. Austin Wells, Clark Schmidt, Will Warren, Anthony Volpe. Is Dominguez still on this team, or did you trade him?
I didn't trade him.
Stay tuned.
I didn't trade him, but I do think they really wanted to trade Peraza before calling Stanton up to make that easier, and it hasn't happened yet. It hasn't come to fruition. They want a reliever. Okay. My pride of the Yankees, and whatever. I have the second of the night. I'm sticking with my gut. Hate me all you want. This is how I truly felt. And I'm one that I say never sit on a compliment.
No.
And I haven't had a lot of compliments for this kid over the years. My pride of the Yankees is Volpe.
Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Okay.
You gave him an award a couple weeks ago that was very apt. It was a great award. It should have opened people's eyes to this. You point out, hey, I got this dog and now I see it all the time.
Right.
The doubles have become his thing. And using the speed has become his thing. So you said in your burn, fielder's choice, like a fucking hater. But
Pump the brakes.
But
the brakes here,
Volpe beats out that double play and it pushes the first run across of the series after Belly's triple. We haven't had that in a while. Yeah. You have speed. Use it. Then the next piece of hitting in that game is beautiful. And we've been saying, what did I say in his PPP beeps? What was the line I say? Like, it was something about put it in play and
get on, get over.
Get on, get over. Well, you can do it in one swing if you hit it right. He hits a little line drive, outside fastball, goes with it the other way, down the line. The right fielder has no understanding because, like I've said, the Royals don't scout.
Right.
That Volpe's fast.
Right.
Plays it lazily, and Volpe's on second with a double. Because that's his thing.
And I think that was that Cags out there? He was a little lost in the outfield.
Yeah.
He's got a little sad outfield vibe going.
Natural first base.
I think it was. But so Volpe knew that.
Yeah.
The Yankees are always scout on which arms to run on and all that. Remember they lit up, was it Soderstrom? Who was it? The left fielder?
Miss Soderstrom.
It wasn't.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not a natural outfielder.
Another first baseman.
The play in the hole.
Yeah.
Makes that, has to, doesn't have the arm, I saw a comparison of that play in Jeter, and Jeter had more arm strength, so Jeter is able to jump higher and really, whip it.
Yeah,
So Volpe's is quicker. So it's not as fluid as the Jeter one's just so fluid when you watch it.
I mean, very different body types. You've got
Yes.
a 5'9" guy and a 6'3" guy.
Yes, exactly. But it's a great play.
It's a great play. Salvi's running, who's not
Sure.
Thunder and Lightning.
Well, you know that.
I did want to check because I saw the same thing online of the Volpe and Jeter side by side, which is always just a dangerous game. And I couldn't tell who was running in the Jeter play. It looked like 17 on Cleveland, which that used to be Travis Fryman. Jake, learn anything about life besides baseball. I was listening to the radio broadcast. Dave Sims, who's an electric call guy. Like,
Yes.
he has it in his bones. Because Shackle laid into it pretty good on the Volpe play. And I was like, let's go, Shaq. Dave Sims was like, nice play by Volpe. Because it was.
Yeah.
Like, if that's, and again, this literally, it's a great play either way.
Boone wore 17 for the Indians.
Oh, that's true, too.
In 2005, 2006. But that play from Jeter is like 96, 97 error.
If you,
So you're looking at Tony Pena, Marquise Grissom, or Travis Fryman.
So, yeah, comment below your favorite of those three players. It's a really nice play. If you get that on a speedster, that's like a, oh my God play. Great play.
Great play. Okay, so then he's found, like he's leaning into, he still swings and misses a lot of balls in the zone, which is weird, but he's putting the ball in play and doing well with balls in play. And almost like I've been searching for, like, what do I watch here? Like,
Right.
What's your approach? And I feel like these last couple series, I've understood it a lot better. And then if you go back to, I think if you take Volpe's stat line back to April 20th, he's got an 800 OPS. Or no, sorry, not that. If you go back to April 20th,
420.
sorry. 420 is the, April 19th is the last time his OPS was below league average.
Right.
He's been above league average OPS since that time. And I believe if you go back to like the Toronto series, it's been the slash line has been really well. So since April 27th, which is 40 games, 271 batting average, 329 on base, 479 slugging. And I would be interested to see if that's the longest stretch of a 2-3-4, like a good, all three slash lines are in a positive. Because I know he had a stretch where the slugging helped him a ton. Or he had a stretch where the batting average was good, but the slugging wasn't. But that's just well-rounded at the plate.
Yeah, I think the only thing missing from that is the verse lefties. I think that has become his strength. He's 306, 373, and 860 OPS versus lefties. So I think we saw a couple in this Royals series. And I think it's just it's a really nice to have that, you know, there's obviously not as many lefties, but I think it's just a good mental clarity of being like, oh, like I rake lefties. Like when I see one or one comes out of the bullpen, that little just mental balance of like I'm going to win this. Like you're not in the driver's seat.
Ooh, yeah.
That I think that's been big for him. And I think as we've talked about his search for, am I a power hitter? Am I like, what am I? I think he's leaning into more like do damage, but it doesn't have to be a homer. And that's the whole doubles lane.
The slugging isn't there versus lefties the last couple of times. I wonder if he popped a lot in April. In May and June, it's a 394 slugging versus lefties. On the year, is that higher?
On the year, 486. So yes, but I
For
don't know.
like two of those.
In April, it was 545 versus lefties.
Makes sense.
Had those like 4 homers the first week.
Yeah, what if I add those
Two of
March
those.
games into this?
Homa.
Homa. So yeah, I'm in a very happy state with Volpe right now.
Flow state.
So he is my pride. I know there's more deserving people, but you know, everyone knows I've been harder on him or more frustrated trying to figure out what his game is. So when I'm watching highlights, I'm like, fuck yeah. I feel like I got to share that sentiment.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, next part of the show is Rude.
Pride of the Yankees was brought to you by DraftKings. Baseball fans, the season is heating up with every at-bat and every inning. The road to October is taking shape. There's no better time to get in on the action with our partners at the DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, new customers who use code JMBaseball, you can bet just $5. If your bet wins, you'll score $300 in bonus bets from walk-off homers. Homa. No hitters in the making. You don't want to miss a pitch. Love that song. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. New customers use promo code JMBaseball. $5 on any wager. Get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. JM Baseball only at DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Yankee motherfucker.
I was just searching, but Brad Osmus. I mean, are you gonna?
I've been kind of mad about the beard. Yeah.
That's tough. I mean, every time they faced Kansas City this year, he's just not doing much.
And I don't know if you guys have been getting this, but I just feel like his Blanche meter has been through the roof.
I heard he's jealous that Boone's calling us it now, too. I thought it was just a him and Boone thing.
He's a man filled with jealousy.
Ooh.
Can't
I was
say
searching
that.
for an
Can't
actual.
say
I was
that.
searching for an actual one because I forgot, and I was going to do lighter because he made Devin have to pitch. But
Yeah.
whatever.
And then it's probably him and Peraza, but they're not getting it.
They're not getting it. Okay, first award, Jake.
First award, is this me?
Yeah. I have two in my head that I'm going to go, but if you steal one of them, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's totally cool, dude.
I mean, I'm probably definitely going to steal one.
Okay.
Okay. I am going to give out Get Your Yellow Flag Out of Here award. This is I went way too tricky. I'm sorry, dog.
Because I've never had my. I thought you were going to. The guy who I think you're choosing, I don't think I've said this about.
I know. I cross sport. I was talking about football, and I forgot that that's become such a reference on this program.
So Trent.
Yeah. So sorry for taking your award.
That's fine.
And it's fine. But that's the perks of going first in the episode. That's like
I
the
was
whole
going to
deal
give.
around
I
it.
was going to do the rap from Teen Witch
Right.
for Trent.
Okay. So we saved everyone a little bit there. Trent, more Alfonso Marquez just beefing with our outfielders. Senor Sleep. The big sleep, as Aaron Boone is calling him, which, okay.
Did Aaron Boone call him that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's been on all your replies the last couple days.
What do you mean?
I'm just telling you.
Boone said
People
that?
keep tagging us
Yes.
in it because Boone keeps calling him the big sleep.
I don't look at Twitter because it's a horrible place.
Horrible place.
Horrible place, but we get tagged in it.
Yeah, Trent's making these diving spectacular plays, and they keep saying he can't do that. He doesn't care.
How about a picture of a pillow? You know, like this Austin Wells burrito shirt. Like a picture of a pillow
Yeah.
with a mustache.
team,
A
tune
pillow
in.
with a mustache.
Yeah.
And the eyes are big sleep with the words.
A pillow with a mustache.
Trent's mustache, so you know
Right.
it's him.
So it's a pillow human?
No, an actual pillow with a mustache on it. A drawing.
So there's not a human.
No.
You can be wearing
No, I
sunglasses.
don't want a
But it's
person.
not
in
a
the shirt.
pillow human.
Not a pillow human. Like an actual pillow. Like a sleep company's logo. Pillow bed company logo. They probably exist. I'm going to Google that.
Pillow with a mustache.
And then you put Trent's. Okay. Yeah. Like. This is obviously a very little sample size, but you have something like this where it's saying the bed
The bed.
is the mustache
Okay.
and the eyes maybe are words that make up the words big sleep or senior sleep. And then on the back we can draw out a much bigger drawing of it.
Yeah.
Because I'd like a senior sleep, big sleep shirt.
Yeah, I'd like a big sleep shirt too. So graphics, get on it. Beebs, hit him up.
Beebs, pass that whole pitch along.
I timestamped it for him.
A sleepy,
It's already sent.
a sleepy mustached pillow.
Oh, here's another one that could work.
It's a real dream board.
The mustache could be the top. If you have Trent's mustache, people will know it's him.
It's a very identifiable mustache.
Yeah,
I
because
have
it's
the
got a
same
little
thing.
wall. It's got a little Andy Reid walrus to it.
Yeah.
Just a pillow like that.
Yeah.
That's cool that Boone's using the sleep. I mean, that's what he is. You can't deny it.
They
Great
did kind of a
catches.
whole segment on the broadcast. Was where did this come from? How'd Boone come up with that?
I thought they gave him the outfield assist. when they were doing that replay, when they threw it in the DJ, and DJ tags a little higher, like you've talked about this, not the best tagger.
No. Too long.
Yeah. I can't see that anything but safe. I was blown away. They let it stand. Not blown away because they always let things stand, but if I was a Royals fan, I'd be like, what the shit, man? Yeah. They never really slowed it down. But kudos. They give Trent that. So they gave Trent that one. But the other two, they took away a double play, even though DJ didn't catch that ball. That was bizarre. Great catches. And they looked like catches from the TV.
Yeah. Yes.
Like bizarrely weird calls.
I mean, I will say that. I mean, again, it's tough to fully turn off your Yankee brain. The Trent one was close. Like there's times when they've gone to that replay and it's
the
grass
first
glove.
One because he also rolled over it.
Yeah.
The second one, I was like, what?
Alfonso Marquez hates the Yankees, and I would say that.
I think Alfonso Marquez was the first call because there was runners on, and the next two were the second base ump. Marquez was at
Who?
first.
Let me guess. Who does he work with?
Who's his crew chief?
Alfonso Marquez.
Wow. But yeah, Trent, I mean...
And he had a nice series, which I feel like he hasn't had a offensive standout series in a while, but led the team in walks. And also was just putting good swings on the ball. Line drives up the middle. I think he had another one that was kind of robbed.
He got walked in front of Judge's moonshot, right?
Yeah, smart.
Which, yeah, we'll let Judge see pitches and all that. Umpire at second base name, so the other beefer we got was Carlos Torres.
Lloyd Lankerton.
Torres!
Torres.
Lance Barrett, he's probably the crew chief, right? No, I think Marquez is the crew chief. Who knows?
Who knows?
All right. Well, I'll pivot to the Pinocchio Award. I'll go back to we have our staples. We have awards that get given out a lot. I think we might be giving out the Geppetto Award before or Pinocchio. It's had a lot of different names. Beebs, if you can find the history of it, that would be nice.
Interesting. Because the famous line that's always stood out to you and helped change your formative years was, "I'm a real boy."
Mm-hmm. Say anything.
2022, and Andrew Benintendi got the Geppetto Award. 2023 against the Reds, Ben Rortvedt got the Geppetto's Dildo Award.
Who gave that out?
Jimmy gave out Geppetto's Dildo. You gave out Geppetto.
I mean, I do like... I mean, that Ben Rortvedt Award.
Why do you think he got that?
Well, you normally... See, the part of this that I like is when I start getting you talking about Geppetto. Wow. I think that's kind of the best part of the internet.
Pinocchio Award was given out twice in 2022.
He's a creep.
I would put that in the column of, like...
What dates were Ben Rortvedt?
Rortvedt, it was the Red Series in 23,
oh,
which
dude,
I think was 4th of July.
He crushed that series.
That was the he homered, I think.
Was that the Sunday 11:30 game?
In 2022, you're saying?
That was 2023 against the Reds.
Oh, he played one game and got 2 hits and one was a double.
Interesting. Because again, I'd normally jump to a youth because you're giving them like almost like a pat on the back. I'm gonna fade the fade here. I'll go DJ.
Yeah. Well, I could have gone to Ja Rule and J-Lo Award.
Stepping Stone even.
Is that I'm Real? Is that
I'm Real?
Who sings that with Ja Rule?
I have Ashanti in my head. Okay.
Didn't he do another song with J-Lo though? Oh no. It's Jennifer Lopez. I'm Real remix featuring Ja Rule.
And
well, dude, DJ is
relationship.
DJ's hot, man. Like,
yeah,
and it's not fluky. He's doing the DJ swing.
He looks like DJ.
He looks just like DJ. He's got a 444 batting average and a 531 on base and a 490 and a 630 slugging in the month of June. Now, we talked about Jake when he first came up in May. He got kind of robbed on some balls. Like, he hit them hard, but they were caught. He was underperforming his expected in May by a lot, and the expected weren't great. Like, it was an expected 235 batting average, but he had a 171. It was an expected 350 slug. He had a 244. None of those numbers are good, but he was underperforming the expected. Like, he had some hard hit balls. Yeah. He is overperforming his expected, which is okay, right? But the expected is now a 350 batting average and a 492 slug. So, like, even if he was going exactly to what they expect him to do, that's really good. And it keeps going. He didn't get the start in game 3. I'm interested against Boston. I'm happy because it seemed like he's going to be our second baseman and we're going to play him. And like, is Peraza going to get run? Is your beat? And they're like, no, DJ's going to get run. And he has. And like, it's been working. So what I said, like, hey, I don't know how much I trust this and how much he's got left, but if it's even is like a plus stretch of the season, I'm going to be very excited to watch it.
It already is. I mean, I mentioned Wells and wanting him to get hot. DJ this month, 444, 531, a 1.161 OPS. Wow. More walks than strikeouts. He's driving the ball. I mentioned the Maikel Garcia double play ball. That's if that goes off Pablo Reyes' glove like it did in the Red Sox series, we're talking DJ probably gets a pride. Like he the at-bats look like DJ LeMahieu. Like you said, right now it's wild. There's more defensive concerns than offensive concerns, but he looks in control at the plate.
And it is June 1st. Like, that's when
it's
it's an easy butter knife from him, which I appreciate. He just started in June, so we're 12 days.
If you want, you can add the last game of May because he got 2 walks, so it still feels all right.
Yeah.
It's probably not hurting.
I don't want to.
Have it be a Posada.
Oh.
I do have some potentially troubling news regarding the history of the Pinocchio Award. It was given out twice in 2022. The recipients were Tim LoCastro and Ron Marinaccio. It was given out once in 2024 to Jahmai Jones. None of those 3 became real boys.
Well, it's usually given out to people who have never been a real boy. Mm-hmm. And it's hopeful that maybe they can, they're spiteful being like, I am a real boy. So DJ is different pedigree, but it's still, they're not fake numbers he's giving us.
And there's another factor there that I say this with all due respect. Like, he's a tall, handsome guy, a major league pitcher. I hope another part of his career is about to come. But if you were casting the Yankees in a Pinocchio movie, Ron Marinaccio would have been Pinocchio.
Yeah, now it's Will Warren.
Yes,
he looks a little. he looks a little wooden.
Little wood doll.
Shell shocked
Image. And that's one of the perks of being stocky and a little thick. You don't get called a doll.
I mean, DJ in the stretch is hitting righties and lefties because, just one more note and then we'll pass on. I believe DJ had a dumb 3-game stretch last year when he came back, was clearly still injured. I think it was against the Rays or some team where he had a stretch where he put together hits, couple multi-game hits, and we were like, well, maybe. But then it was like, yeah, but those weren't real. They were dribblers and misplays. Here it is.
He's hitting balls hard now.
Here it is. I think I found it. From July 31st to August 11th, he had a 348 batting average, a 565 slugging, 888 OPS. But we never were we never felt like this is DJ. He's doing what DJ does. It felt odd and weird. This stretch has felt like DJ. David John.
You know what? If we're going to get fucking historic in this bitch.
Oh, I've been watching the Pompeii, the new dig. It's so boring and cool.
I'm going to give out the Stepping Stone Award. Whoa! It's brought to you by American Crew. Today's episode of Talkin' Yanks is brought to you by American Crew. Summer's here. The hats are off. Literally take your hats off. Have you heard of hat fishing? That's when someone looks different when that hat comes off. It's not always the move. It gives some people the ick. I kind of have a funny story about that. Summer's almost here. Maybe it's time to ditch the hat and go to work on your hair with American Crew. They've got their styling pucks, fiber, forming cream, pomade, whatever you need for your hair. If you're looking for the stronghold, fiber, forming cream puck lets you reshape. And if you want to elevate your look for those summer nights, the pomade. Get ahead of the game this summer. Pick up your American Crew styling essentials on Amazon. Style like a pro with American Crew.
I only have one guess for this, and it would be Dominguez.
No.
Okay, because I was going to counter that.
No. No. Dominguez is still in a weird place.
He got 2 very blue pits.
being
Then I
honest.
would guess Tim Hill.
Nope.
Then I don't know.
Johnny Loaisiga.
Johnny.
Again, 1-0 game. Royals, not the best offense in baseball.
Oh my goodness.
8 pitches, 1 inning. Kind of felt like he had a little more fuck you in his outing.
He made a play in the field. Maybe that gets him going.
Yeah, and hey, maybe I'll be honest I'll try to keep myself in check a little bit. Maybe this is with a little optimism because as we started the episode, the bullpen's a little slightly more thin going into Boston. But I don't know. It looked like one of those when Johnny's right. I talked about it with Volpe before. Like he's driving the bus. Like, hey, this is going to be like nasty sinkers under your hands.
My mound.
So I think it can be a stepping stone.
Okay. I have something to say
That's great.
to wrap up this episode.
Please,
I think there's one guy that we didn't. Wait, do I get another one?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, because you stole my first one. No. But no, in my brain,
Right.
I had prep 2.
Right.
Trent and DJ.
Just
they
don't
both
tell
got.
me I stole something.
I
Because
mean,
that's what you just did.
It was yours to take.
It's what
From
you
my
did.
brain. You stole it.
I did not.
You did it knowingly.
I didn't.
So what's the term? You incepted it?
I did nothing wrong. I had it first.
I
could've had
agree.
it.
I agree
Your
that-
brain could have stole it.
I agree. I want to find a phrase.
You're the thief.
You did nothing wrong. I agree. But you stole it from my prep sheet in my brain that you didn't know existed. So what's the word there? I don't want you to feel that blame. I don't want to be putting anything on you. I'm going to give I didn't prep an award name for this, but I thought he would get talked about before. I'm going to give Hopefully It's You award or Stability award.
Stability. What's that about?
Consistency, stability. Hopefully It's About You.
Paul Goldschmidt.
No.
Okay.
Devin Williams.
Okay.
I
Nice.
brought up
Bullpen ending.
his average pitch velocity on his fastball a couple weeks ago. I showed you guys the chart, and it just looked absolutely bad.
Someone led you to that. I don't know.
Well, look at it now. The red line. That camera doesn't like this laptop, but it's just straight. He's just been sitting 94.
It looks different.
Looks different. And look at the changeup velocity. It's going down. So they're getting more separation from each other. As the fastball is getting faster, changeup is getting lower. Now, he came out and he saved a game. That's what Weaver had to do. That's what he saved Leiter. And in Detroit in April, Leiter had to come out and save him. All right. So Devin is now getting to play the role of the stability and the stable guy that's going to save you if you get in a mess. He was causing the messes, not doing any cleaning up before.
Yeah. He's been good.
It's been good. Hopefully it's not a Royals thing. Who, as you keep noting over and over and over again, bad offense.
But he got Bobby Witt.
Yeah, he did.
So that kind of matters more than that. Let's see. What's his best butter knife at this point?
I think I have a May 5th.
15 games.
That's the one.
The Yankees are 13-2 in those games, so just play him more. 13.2 innings, a 1.98 ERA, 19 strikeouts in those 13.2 innings, 8 hits, 2 walks.
Has he got the job done in every one of those?
I think, well, it was an interesting late night Talkin Yanks group chat discussion that he only has one blown save this year. He had his first save attempt after We've got hurt was the scary one in Anaheim where he gave up 2.
Yeah. He's given up 3 runs 4 different times. Just 2 times they were up 4.
4 times. But yeah, all
But
before Cinco de Mayo.
He's given up 3 runs 4 times?
Yeah.
3 earned 4 times, yeah. Yeah.
But none in the last
So
5 weeks.
hopefully all of this works against the Red Sox, who have a much better scouting report and style of play against the Yankees than the Royals showed us.
Sorry for everyone that expected the Pablo Reyes something today. He should have.
No.
He had a fun last game, dude.
Yeah.
That flip is a nice
That's cool.
play.
Yeah.
The base running play is hilarious. And he
Base
got a
running-
hit.
Base running play is dog shit awful
Yeah.
if the Royals know how to throw and catch a ball.
Right.
But they're not, so it was fun.
Yeah.
Got a hit.
Imagine if he's dead to right to the plate, how mad we are, which he should have
Oh,
been.
I don't,
He turned
it
around.
wouldn't be a drop of anger.
Yeah, it would be.
It'd be humor. It'd be all-time humor.
Yeah, it'd be.
So we
You're like,
kind
what
of
do you
got
think happens?
we kind of got some. Goldie probably could have gotten some love.
His stats are.
Do you want to give
better
some Dominguez,
series,
Dominguez stuff out the door?
Dominguez, correction from last episode. He has been playing a lot. He missed 2 games to the thumb and then has been playing. But yeah, he's not. He gets 3 hits in that one game, bleeders, which you need, but still no extra base hits. I mean, 1 extra base hit in his last. Wow. 2 extra base hits in his last 70 plate appearances.
Save him for Boston. I hope.
Yeah. All right. Peace and chicken grease. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.